What's on the cutting room floor today, Miss Muntz?
There's a show in America called My Strange Addiction.
Mm.
And you see unusual people doing unusual things.
Yep.
This isn't pleasant, but I think you're going to like it. There's a guy who, well, it's not an addiction, it's a belief that water isn't pure. And so you know what you have to wash your stuff in, wash your food in?
Filtered water?
Your urine. Have a listen.
Want me to clean these cucumbers?
Yes, will you please clean them?
Yeah, a big stream.
Okay.
Tonight I am going to willingly trigger my mom's concern for urine therapy and involve some of it at the dinner table. There is not a doubt in my mind that pee is cleaner than tap water. Pee is cleaner than bottled water. I would never use tap water on anything. I wouldn't let it touch my food, so I would use my pee instead.
Do you guys need any help?
No, we're good.
What are you making now? Everything else is ready.
Cucumber salad.
Did you clean it?
Yeah, I did. Cleaned it myself.
With what?
With myself.
Oh. How can urine be cleaner than water? Urine, in case you need to be reminded, is your body's waste products.
Yeah.
If you're lost at sea, don't drink your urine. That's what they say, don't they?
No, don't drink the seawater.
They don't say to drink your urine.
You
though.
can drink your urine when.
What if you're on a pleasure cruise? Drink tequila.
Yeah. If you're on a pleasure cruise, but if you're stuck out at sea, you can drink your urine. There are moments in your life where you can drink urine, but also.
Which moments are they?
Well, I had a mate of mine. Do you remember Jimbo, stand-up comedian?
No.
He decided to live as a homeless person for 6 weeks to see how long he could go, just self-sustaining, but without any money whatsoever, just living off himself. So he had a Hessian bag, which he grew sprouts in, and he would drink water, but he would drink the urine as well. He'd drink a
But
cup.
homeless people don't always drink their own urine.
No, and his thing was homeless people are usually, alcoholics or drugs. They have a lot of vices. He was living clean. So he was just drinking water and eating sprouts.
Until.
And so he was drinking his urine as well, not as a primary source of liquid, but he would drink it. And he lasted 6 weeks. He just wanted to see how long he could last without spending any money.
Well, let's
without
get back
spending
to
any money whatsoever.
What did he think of the liquid?
He liked it, and his teeth were good. His breath didn't stink or anything like that. His teeth were quite handled. He didn't clean his teeth.
Isn't it bad for you, though, to ingest your own waste products?
I would imagine so, but also back to what I was saying, you would have to live a clean life. You can't get on the cans and eat Kentucky Fried Chicken and expect to be drinking all your wee. So
you can't expect that.
You can't expect that. So old mate here, look, I'm not saying do it. If you're stuck in the middle of the ocean and you've got no other source of liquid, you'd probably best drinking urine. I don't know. Would you share other people's urine?
Would you?
No. If we're on the boat, you and I are a raft and we're floating around in the ocean, do I drink your wee and you drink mine? Or
just to mix it up?
Do we drink our own?
Would you feel more squeamish drinking someone else's or less squeamish?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I'd feel less squeamish drinking my own.
I bring my own.
When I go round to Grandma's house. What would you think?
Let me go back to if you're on the ocean, say, and you're being shipwrecked, seawater just dries you out.
Yes.
Because you're ingesting too much salt. Is that right?
Yeah. It sends you mad, apparently.
Does it?
The old-time sea sailors, when they were stuck at sea, they would not drink salty. Why do I sound like I'm doing a shanty? They would not drink the salty water because it would send them mad.
Would they drink urine?
Yeah. And they'd eat each other as well.
Oh, no, yes, that cruise is terrible.
Back to the Fair Star. Or you can eat buttocks.
Well, I feel like I've learnt something.
And what have we got on the cutting room floor on this birthday day?
That's right, it's my birthday day.
Yeah.
My BD day.
Do you want to tell everyone about your presents?
You gave me some lovely presents.
You got Chloe
perfume, which I really love and I needed. Thank you.
You got a ginormous soy sauce fish container.
To tell people about it.
Oh, okay.
So
just make it about you on your birthday.
A big soy sauce fish container.
Yep.
I got a candle that reveals a message.
A hidden message candle.
So we lit it and Tom got very upset because he was concerned that we might set off the water jets in
He's
here.
such a baby. There's just thousands upon thousands of electrical equipment in here. What could possibly go wrong?
And the message it revealed, I thought it was going to say rocking. You're rocking hot.
You are.
But it didn't say that. As more of the candle was revealed, more of the words, I couldn't read them out.
Well, you can swear on the cutting room floor if you
I
want.
don't want to. And my final gift was 2 vintage heads of Punch and Judy dolls. We've often thought we're a little bit
like Punch and Judy.
Punch and Judy.
You know, they used to hit each other with the sticks. They'd be like this with their hands.
We've never resorted to physical violence.
I'm happy for it.
I know.
If you want to get like a little paddle out and give me a bit of a spanking.
No, only because I know you'd enjoy it, so what's the point?
Please, sir, can I have another?
What I thought we could talk about today, I mean, there's lots of animals that we know are incredibly smart and we pay homage to them. We all wear dolphin belt buckles.
Dolphins, do you think they're the smartest animals?
Well, do you think there's a dolphin that has a human belt buckle and burns a candle of my image?
You know what I heard about dolphins? You know all those times where you hear about dolphins coming along and rescuing sailors? A lot of times the dolphins have been dragging the sailors out to sea.
Dolphins can be, let's say it.
A-holes.
Can be.
Maybe dolphins are big a-holes.
Although they have been observed using tools, like, for example, putting sponges over their beaks to protect them from rocks. They play with the pufferfish like it's a game of football. So if you're from a family of pufferfish, you're not too fond of the dolphins.
Yeah, Tommy, go out and play. Not with those dolphins.
And they think that dolphins is one of the few species, along with apes and humans, that can recognise themselves in a mirror. I used to hold a mirror up to my dog constantly and she just looks all around.
Yeah.
Some dogs respond to television. My dog doesn't, but sometimes the new TVs have the pixels that many breeds of dogs respond to.
We've got we've got part-time dog Lila.
Yeah.
Its other part-time dog, I've forgotten its name. It's a nice dog. It looks like a golden gay time, the colouring of it. Right. But whenever the TV comes on, it just barks at the TV if there's a dog on there.
Really?
Like a nut. And Lila
doesn't see any of it.
What's the dog's name? I've forgotten the name of the dog. It's
Barney?
But no, I've forgotten its name. It's like Cooper or something.
Okay.
That's a human name. Anyway, so this other dog, as it's forever known, Cooper, will look at and bark like a nut. Lila looks at this dog going, it's just on TV.
Or doesn't see the image, it just sees the movement.
No, I've seen Lila actually look at said dog and look and just go.
Yeah, but I mean the dog.
Chester, its name's Chester.
Okay, but what I'm saying is Lila doesn't look at the TV screen and see the image the same way Chester does.
Well, I think she recognises a dog because she has this look. You've met Lila. She seems like a very wise dog.
Well, so's my dog.
Your dog
my
is
dog's
incredibly.
a Gumbo.
I thought you were talking about your other dog, Ripley.
No, I was talking about Minnie.
Oh. So Minnie doesn't recognise the dog on the telly?
Oh, no.
Oh.
And sometimes if the football's on, she might look up and think, she's watching the footy, but she doesn't chase the trajectory of the ball. But some dogs do. Some dogs, have you not seen that stuff on social media where a footballer will kick a ball and the dog will run around the back of the television to see where it's gone?
Where the ball is. But didn't your dog just sit there and a cat walked into the yard, ate from her bowl?
No, a cat walked into our house, sat on the dining room table. The dog didn't notice.
Didn't notice?
Well, the dog was barking at it and we tried to tell the dog not to bark. And now the cat comes in and has pussy whipped the dog.
Right, just comes and looks at the dog.
Well, look, that's enough we think about animals like dolphins and elephants and apes being smart.
Yep.
But I saw an interesting thing about the humble mice recently. The humble mouse. There's video of a mouse standing over an unconscious mouse, and the mouse pulls the tongue out of it, bites down onto the other mouse's mouth, gets its teeth out of the way, and pulls its tongue out to resuscitate it.
Wow.
It's quite extraordinary to unblock the airways of the other mouse.
Where did they see this at?
It's been filmed in a cage.
Yeah, right.
And so what it says is that mice, therefore, can have these learned behaviours to keep their species going, to resuscitate another mouse. Mice can also solve food puzzles, as we know. They can learn to find ramps hidden in pools of cloudy water. They have excellent memories. They remember routes more than many men I know have. They recognise family members. They know their names and respond when called.
Really?
You've seen Stuart Little.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what about Stuart Little? He had a little car and everything.
Had a little car and everything.
Yeah.
They don't make those films about slugs.
I always thought, and someone did point this out, that it was odd that they went into the orphanage and adopted a little mouse.
And the other kids are going, what am I, chopped liver?
What am I, shit? I'm a kid.
Yeah.
And you,
Oh, you can get me clothes off the rack.
you'd rather take a rodent into the house than me.
Yeah. In case you need to be resuscitated. Keep up.
FML. But back to the resuscitation, this lab that they're in, it's not a lab where they're doing experiments on mice.
All I know, Brendan, I saw this on a TikTok produced by a New Scientist, is that they were discussing what this image meant. Is they saw a mouse leaning over another one that was flat on its back, carked it pretty much to all intents and purposes, and it rummaged around in its mouth with its own teeth and pulled its tongue out.
Extraordinary. What about the mice that wears the makeup? Looks like Bugs Bunny when he dresses up like a woman to woo Yosemite Sam.
That's from a lab, Brendan.
With Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Get ready, everybody, hear a song of Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah.
It's time for the cutting room floor.
If someone comes up to you and offers you a $9.6 million solid gold toilet, say for $5, don't take it because it's been stolen.
Really?
From Blenheim Palace. You know Blenheim Palace? Wasn't it Blenheim Palace where Robbie Williams did an incredible show, or was that Oasis? Barry Manilow, I know, has performed there. Some of the biggest acts in the world have performed at Blenheim Palace.
That's probably the bookends right there. You've got Oasis to Robbie Williams to Barry Manilow.
But this toilet,
yeah,
it's a fully functioning gold toilet.
Yep.
$9.6 million was stolen in 3 minutes. Let me talk you through what happened.
Has it got the cistern?
Here's a picture of
the
it.
pan. Give me a picture. I know my plumbing.
Yeah, have a look. It was plumbed in. I think it's an art installation, but it was plumbed in.
Oh, right, okay. So it hasn't got a cistern, but it's got the pan, it's got the seat, it's got the pipe work there, and it's got an in-wall cistern, which I'm presuming is not made of gold.
I've never been more bored by you.
If by bored do you mean sexually attracted?
No.
Because look at how I'm talking plumbing talk here.
Plumbing talk.
So that would weigh...
I'll tell you how much. Let me tell you how much.
Can I have a
it
guess?
weighs. You guess.
That much gold...
Have a guess.
8.5 kilos.
98 kilos.
98 kilos?
Yeah. Yes.
Whoa.
Let me tell you about it. So it's an 18-carat loo.
98 kilos of gold.
It was in a raid that just lasted minutes. Footage has been shown to jurors because this case is before the courts. A stolen Isuzu truck drives at speed across the lawn towards the palace, Blenheim Palace. It stops by the 20 steps that lead up to the front door. A second stolen vehicle, a VW Golf, pulls up alongside it. This is at 4:50 a.m. 3 men make their way towards the house. 2 of them are wielding sledgehammers, while 2 drivers remain in the vehicles. Now, this isn't shown in the footage that was shown to jurors, but it was heard in court that the men smashed and broke in through a window before making their way to the room where the golden lavatory was on display. Because you see, 5 days before an exhibition opened that featured this, one of the men visited the palace with his partner on what prosecutors believe was the first of 2 reconnaissance visits. Right. Where's the dunny? So the prosecutor has said they knew precisely where to go. They broke down the wooden door to the cubicle where the lavatory was fully plumbed in.
Yep.
Removed it, leaving water pouring out of the pipes. So that was at 5:50 a.m. At 5:53 a.m., the men can be seen rolling the loo away from the building before bundling it into the back of the Golf, causing the car's suspension to sag under the aforementioned 98-kilo weight. One of the group can be seen clutching the golden lavatory seat. You've clutched a toilet for many nights.
Yes.
Which was thrown into the back of the car. So a couple of men have been arrested in connection to it, and the lavatory has never been recovered.
Really?
It's believed that they split it up and disposed of it.
That's a shame.
They flushed it down the toilet.
That is a shame.
They flushed it down itself.
Did they? Was that a toilet that you could use?
Well,
in the castle, or was it an exhibition?
I think it was a part of an exhibition. The castle is a family home, but it's also a historical home that's open to the public. Okay. So it must have been part of some kind of exhibition. Yeah. But it was plumbed in.
Yeah.
And it's a shame they broke it, unless Kenny has done it, unless Kenny's stolen the toilet.
Yeah.
Shane Jacobson, check his house.
Well, it's like the Italian Job. as it were.
Well,
The Italian
what
Big
happened
Job.
everyone's told me I need to watch that and I've never
You've
had.
never seen The Italian Job?
Blow the bleeding doors
With
off. No,
Michael Caine?
Never seen it.
You're only supposed to blow the bleeding doors off.
Yes.
Have you seen it with Mark Wahlberg and
No.
Charlize Theron?
No.
I suggest you watch that movie.
Everyone does. So many people have asked me to that I've gone the other way and I refuse to.
Well, you're really missing out on a great
What's
movie.
the storyline without wrecking it for me?
Well, it's a bunch of
Thieves.
and they pull off a heist stealing gold and they use mini minor cars to drive through the streets of Italy. In the case of The Italian Job,
Don't wreck it.
the new one, it's on the streets of LA. But
Cheaper
it starts
film.
off in Italy.
Will they make a film, you think, about them carting a 98 kilo
That could be a thing.
toilet
Yeah.
in the back of the Golf? Be a good ad for golf.
Great ad for golf. Was the shower okay? The golden shower?
No reference here to the golden shower, although in prison, good luck to you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Are you ready for more?
On the cutting room floor today,
What do we got?
do you like small regional towns?
Very much so.
They're always nice to go into a regional town. I like riding a motorcycle through a regional town. You know, you get a pie, you get a vibe of the town.
Yeah, I like looking at the little regional shops. If there's a little,
Yep.
gallery or a little jewellery shop or a little something, I'll always go in.
You never know what you're going to find, and there are many great towns in our country. Port Stephens has taken the crown for the 2025 Aussie Town of the Year.
Tell me exactly where this is. Let's give people an idea of where Port Stephens is.
It's New South Wales,
Yes.
up Newcastle Way.
Yeah. So is it near? I get my Port Macquarie's and my Lake Macquarie's confused. It's
Yeah.
near Lake Macquarie.
Yes, yeah, Lake Macquarie, then Port Stephens.
Beautiful. And why
Beautiful.
has it won?
It's won because 78% of Australians plan to travel to Port Stephens.
Really?
That's a lot of pressure on their infrastructure.
And the local fish and chip shop.
Yeah, imagine
I'll
that.
have to get a new Bain Marie there.
Gavin, crack up the other Bay
Have they got
Marie.
enough public toilets?
Better get 2 pie warmers on for that one. It's a great town, Port Stephens. I haven't really spent much time there. I always
But
remember
obviously 75% of Australians plan to.
78%, thank you,
Excuse
Amanda.
me.
I always remember when I was a kid, I went to Southwest Rocks. That's a great. You ever been to Southwest Rocks?
See, because I didn't grow up in Sydney or in New South Wales, as a child, we never ventured around there. And then when I did move to Sydney, when I was about 10, I think,
Yep.
all our relatives lived all around Australia. So every holiday, we just travelled to see them. So we never explored much.
Did you fly or drive?
We drove.
Yeah.
Yeah, we drove a lot, and I used to get car sick every time.
Yep.
And Mum would have a bucket of lollies between her feet,
Yep.
and she'd just chuck it over her shoulder to us. When we were younger, she used to give us tubes of condensed milk to suck on. No wonder I've got a million holes in my
That's
teeth.
why you got one tooth.
So we'd empty the bucket of lollies, and then I'd spew in it for the rest of the trip.
Oh, so that was like what a bucket or an ice cream container.
Yeah.
That would be the plimsoll. That would be your destination travel marker.
You knew you were halfway there when I'd half filled it with vomit.
I always remember Southwest Rocks because I used to there was two ferries that had washed up on the beach that would just come out of the sand. And as a child, I'd walk from where we were staying. I only went there once and haven't been back since. And I remember walking from a vivid memory. I would have been about 8 or 9, walking across the sand dunes and to the ferry, and then walking back. And it was my first encounter with a topless woman.
Encounter. Define encounter. I mean, you saw her.
I came across her. Well, I saw her.
Yeah.
I was like 8.
Yeah.
I was coming over the dune, and there she was with her friend. They were both topless.
And?
And I just walked up, and they said, hello. I went, hello. And it was just so, I don't really remember much of it. I just remember thinking, I'd never seen a topless woman outside my mother before in the flesh.
When I was a similar age, I lived in Perth for 2 years, between the ages of about 7 and 9. And I often thought I'd imagined this, but I've had it validated since, that we went to Albany. Is that down south in Western Australia? We went to Albany, where there used to be a whaling station. And my
Yes.
brother and I were walking along and saw a whale carcass being flensed.
No.
Yes. And I thought I was imagining it. And I once spoke about this on the radio many years ago.
Yeah.
And people phoned in and said, yes, at that era, that whaling station was still going.
I think they were late to stop whaling
Yes.
over there in Western Australia. I think it was in the 70s.
No, with the whaling. Imagine the noise the whale was making.
I was about to say that, what are you, Highlander?
Yeah.
You went back and you
So
saw...
you saw a topless woman. I saw a whale being flensed. Why didn't that win Town of the Year?
Choose your own adventure, kids. Which path would you rather go down?
Yeah, Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah. Are you ready for more? Yeah. It's Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.
What's on the cutting room floor?
As you get older, Brendan, do you still like a late night?
No, I wouldn't plan to have a late night. Sometimes, inconsequentially, I've ended up a late night. The other night,
the best ones.
I got home at 2 a.m. I thought, well, what the hell?
They're the best ones.
Yeah.
But do you, if you know you're going to have a late night, does part of you go, ugh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, that seems to happen to all of us.
If you've got like a plan, like Bucks weekends are the worst because
Who do you know who's going on Bucks? I guess it's your friend's kids.
yeah, and you end up going on it, and then you think, oh my god, it's 8 o'clock at night. You've been
And you're
drinking
over it.
since midnight or midday, I should say, and you think, oh god, and then
Well, remember Jamie Lee Curtis when she was nominated for an Oscar and there was an Oscar nominees dinner and she said she didn't go to it because it started at 7:30 and she likes to be home in bed at 9.
Yep.
And she said, hey, if anyone's listening, start your things earlier. Amy Poehler, my favourite comedian, has said that her favourite way of seeing music is if it's at a reasonable hour, she's sitting in a chair with some lumbar support and maybe she's got a cheese plate with her, which is why those shows on the green are always good because they're not always late at night.
yeah.
Well, what about this? They are in Newcastle, in New South Wales, there are a variety of daytime clubbing options for the over 30s.
Oh,
Yes. So it's an over 30 club and it's during the day. And how about this? This is also in Newcastle, an over 30s event only. You're only allowed in if you're over 30.
yeah.
It's an elderly, they're calling it elderly, emo nightclub. It's billed as an event for elderly emos by elderly emos. You have to be over 30 and you will listen to the likes of My Chemical Romance,
Yep.
Evanescence, Bullet for My Valentine, Fall Out Boy, Paramore, Blink-182. This is, if you like this kind of emo music, you're over 30 and you want an early night. The event, it's not during the day, but it is 6 till 10. It's all over by 10.
Don't tell me that emos are now over 30.
Well, I guess they would be. Born in 1995
Yeah,
or before.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Did we say yeah again? Yeah.
I miss the emo boat. They're always,
Yeah, I know. Well, we were born substantially before 1995.
Well, we're Gen X, and I really have,
Having said that, for a number of years I was on a television show representing baby boomers.
well, because you were too close to Gen X, and they already had your boyfriend Charlie Pickering in there.
I'm actually technically Generation Jones.
Yep. In between the baby boomers and Generation X,
Yeah.
there was Generation Jones.
That was me.
But I look at you as Generation X. Like Generation X was from 1964 up to whatever. I think it's 90. I think it's 1964 to 1990 or 1980. Anyway, but I look at you as that because Generation X, we're a very capable generation. The baby boomers were one that, every generation has its own struggles, surely. But Generation X, we are the generation that were mindful of our kids, wanted to look after our kids.
Financially, you mean?
We are the snowplow generation.
Yes.
We buy our kids cars. Like when I was growing up as a kid, everyone had their license. No one had a car.
No, and also kids were part of the furniture.
Yep.
You had children, off they went. Now kids, I think maybe you're right, Generation X started the trend of kids being a hobby.
Yep.
That you had to be invested in your kids, you had to know about the homework, you had to know all their teachers, your kids had to be a big part of your life. And
Yep.
often that's where the making your kids your friends started.
And that's and now you look at kids now don't have their license, but they've all got cars. How many people do you know they've got some shitbox car that's sitting growing grass through it out in the front yard because the kid hasn't got around to getting his license?
But you do have a nice vine of chocos.
It's good chocos.
So what do you think? Would emos still dress with, looking like from the
What are
Cure?
emos? Yeah, no,
Black nail polish?
that's goth though, isn't it?
Is that goth and emo?
I got to say, Robert Smith from The Cure, he's got to drop the goth
Well,
look.
what's he going to do? He's not going to suddenly look like Val Doonican.
but it looked
He's not
good.
going to brush his hair, let it go grey, take off his nail polish. This is still
It
his
looked
identity.
good when he was heroin thin in his 20s, but now he's a middle-aged, late to middle-aged man.
It's
He
still
looks
his
like
identity.
Yeah, I know, but
It's still his identity.
I just red lipstick does no one any favours.
Look, are you going to say to Cyndi Lauper, just stop wearing the makeup and wear a brunch coat and stay home? I'd love to watch you say that to Madonna.
There you go, Madonna. Why don't you get down to Wombat and buy yourself
a nice cargo pant.
Wombat, formerly known as Miller's. I don't know why you would go from Miller's to Wombat.
Wombat
what woman
isn't an aspirational name in terms of clothing.
I'm going to get down to Wombat and buy myself some clothes.
Because wombats are known for their lovely shape and fashion sense and smell.
They root and leave.
That is true. All right, if anyone needs these details of the elderly emo nightclub in Newcastle, let me know.
Okay. Amanda's phone number is 0434 174 434.
Close.
I think that's my number.
Okay, kids, that's it for today. Come back tomorrow for more Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.